goes on top of it, and now you've basically tripled the thickness of your iPad mini.
Real usage, real reviews. MobileReviewsA.ca.
Hey guys, it's Aaron from MobileReviewsA.ca, and today we are doing a follow-up review on the Otterbox Defender case that we reviewed earlier in 2013. Now this was the best case out of the 3 cases that we had reviewed. The first one being the Griffin Survivor, next one being the Gumdrop Drop Tech, and the last one being the Otterbox Defender, and the Otterbox Defender came out on top. We didn't have a rating system back then, so we figured, well, we'll do a follow-up video as well as see how well this rates, and we give it a 3.9A out of 5, so it's a pretty decent case, and for about 70 bucks you can't go wrong with it. Now the company Otterbox makes a lot of cases, and here at MobileReviewsA.ca we've only done 2 up until this point, and we are planning on doing a few more Otterbox case reviews. The other one that we did was the Otterbox Armor, and if you want a link to it, it's in the description section below, and it was a piece of crap. We will be honest with you, you shouldn't spend $100-something on that case to protect your iPhone 5. But on the other hand, you've got this Defender, which is very well put together, and so it's kind of surprising. It's a hit and miss, I guess, with Otterbox products. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Otterbox, since they did buy Lifeproof. In terms of the design category, we gave it a 3.9 out of 5. Now, really the only thing that brings down this case is the weight and bulk of the entire case. By itself, if you were just to use the iPad mini portion, it's a pretty slim case. It's nice. It doesn't add too much bulk and weight to it, but then you have this big plastic piece that goes on top of it, and now you've basically tripled the thickness of your iPad mini. In terms of ease of installation, this actually has, I think, 4 parts to it. You've got the front cover, and then you've got this kind of silicone piece that just kind of comes right apart, and this is part of their marketing ploy to say, yeah, we've got like 18 or 4 layers of protection on this case. But the installation, apart from getting through to all the pieces, isn't that hard. So if you were a business person on the go who did a lot of camping or not, you can easily put a slim case on during the week, and then right before you go into your trips, slap this tough case on and away you go. In terms of build quality, the build quality of this case is way up there. That's why we've given it a 4 out of 5. The ports all match in, the plastic, it gets scuffed up and whatnot, but it doesn't feel cheap, right? This silicone skin fits very tightly around the entire case, and you don't really feel like you can kind of snap your iPad mini when it's in this case. You slap this thing on top of it, and the materials seem to keep their shape fairly well. We've been tossing this around a lot. If you watch some of our previous videos, this case bears the brunt of our, hey look, we can do reviews and we can drop cases. Now in terms of protection, this case, Otterbox doesn't come out and say you can drop it from a certain height. So from one of our earlier drop videos, we simulated dropping it from about desk height. And again, it's the same iPad mini, we're still using it, and it seems to be fine. You'll notice in some of the intro videos that we're doing for the Mobile Reviews A series that we toss a lot of iPads, and again, it's the Otterbox Defender that we're tossing these iPad minis in because we trust it. We believe in it. We believe that'll protect the device, so protection-wise, it does its job. In terms of environmental protection, this case is not waterproof, though I do believe they say that it is water resistant, so if you leave it out in the rain for a minute or 2, it should be fine. You'd still have to take the case apart to dry it all off, since, you know, the camera piece at the top here, there's no seal or anything, so water could get into there. The speaker grills are not covered, so again, dust and water could get into there. So if you're going to buy this case, you know, every 2 months or so, take it apart and just kind of dust it off, because, you know, it gets annoying if you get a piece of dust that gets underneath your screen protector and you keep tapping it. That's going to scratch your screen. So in terms of environmental protection, we gave it 4 out of 5. In terms of screen protection, this case does a fairly good job for 2 reasons. The first one is that the screen protector is actually fairly thick. We accidentally, in one of the filmings for the intro bumper, threw all these iPads into the brick wall, and the Lifeproof one actually landed on top of the Otterbox one, and we were just like, oh my gosh, what happened to the screen? But there was just a bit of scratching on the screen protector of the Otterbox. Now, with that being said, it's fairly thick, which lowers one of the scores in the functionality part, but the ultimate screen protection is actually this plastic piece, because nothing's really getting through this plastic piece unless you really, really want it to, like, you know, a knife or something, or a bullet, which in that case this would not help you at all. For the functionality score, we gave it a 3.9 out of 4, and we did include the case enhancement score, which is an optional case for the case makers who decide to add some other things to the case. And most of the time it's in their best interest to say, yeah, we've done this awesome things, but half the time it's just ridiculous stuff that you'll never use. In terms of handling, this case handles very well. The texture of the silicone layer provides a lot of texture, so you don't have that feeling that you're going to go and just accidentally toss your iPad mini away. Access to the ports is nice. For most of the major port functions, you just have this plastic nut that comes out, get into the headphone jack, as well as the lightning connector. They all easy to get to. The buttons, the volume buttons, they're a little tougher, so you gotta give it a bit more oomph to get to them, as well as the home button. The home button isn't as sensitive as like it is on a naked device, but you can still get to it. So in terms of getting to all the pieces, and the sound quality is fairly good because the grills aren't covered, so your sound quality is going to be what it is, like it was a naked device. In terms of the screen usability, and this is the only score in the functionality category that scored lower than everything else, was that the screen protector is thick. It will protect your screen from, from the weight of another iPad, according to one of our tests. But it's so thick that some of the styluses that we use, it doesn't work with the screen protector. So we believe the Adonit Jot Pro worked, but the Logic Stylus Diamond didn't. And the Logic Stylus Diamond, that's the screen protector, or the stylus that we really like. And so we couldn't use it with the Otterbox. So that kind of lowered the screen usability score. In terms of viewability, the screen protector does provide a bit of glare, but a glare is a relative thing, because if you can't see something, you're going to jig it so that you can actually see something. It doesn't diffuse the screen, but it's very hard to tell because the iPad mini doesn't have a Retina screen, so the iPad mini screen looks like it would if there wasn't any sort of screen protector on top of it. Now the last score is the case enhancements, and we gave it a 4 because on top of this being a great screen protector and a great way to protect your device, it also doubles as a stand for your iPad mini, which is fairly useful. I know a lot of these, like the Apple smart covers and stuff, will have different viewing angles and whatnot for it, but we've never seen a ruggedized case maker come up with a stand system that is as useful as this. So it's a screen protector. It'll keep out the rain if you put it on top properly, and you can also use it as a little viewing thing. So in terms of case enhancements, Otterbox done a great job with the cover of this case. So all in all, this is a pretty good case. We give it a 3.9 out of 5 score with our A rating system. It does its job, and we've been beating it up for about 8 months, and it still looks fine. There's a bit of plastic scuffing and whatnot, but it's been 8 months and we beat the crap out of our cases, so we can definitely say, if you're going to spend 70 bucks, do buy this case. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our website. If you have any questions about our rating system, please go to the website or leave them in the comments section below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Find us on Facebook, Google+, as well as Twitter, and keep watching, or stay tuned actually, to the channel, because we're going to do a comparison video between the Otterbox Defender and the Lifeproof Fre for the iPad minis. Anyways, keep your iPad safe using this case.